how you as a God can have immediate interactions and actual program and make occur things in the universe according to what you think, what you drink, and what you eat. And this is just them showing the sun rising. Remember, on the boat there was people facing this way. Remember, just like these things are. And the only thing they are in favor of is giving adoration to the rise and fall of God, which is the sun, protecting the east and the west. That's the same thing the Sphinx is about, which is Hormacket. Okay, I think that's the end. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I just wanted you to see it and have some fun. All right, peace and blessings. All right, Hotep. I want you guys to look at this. All right, this is a mummified remains. Okay, here's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? These people is so disrespectful. They would go dig this body up and actually put it in their museum somewhere on display. Look at that. And then have the nerves to tarnish us all over the world as being low-life people that don't know shit, shouldn't be given any ounce of consideration about having the proper right to be on the earth and this and that. But then dig up our ancestors like this. And that can show you that we were so wise that after this thing was in the ground, preserved for so long, obviously we had a purpose for doing that, but the disrespect would make them just go rip our dead out of the ground like this and put it on display and charge people money to see it. This is totally disrespectful. Totally disrespectful. And here we go, our beautiful goddess with the sun disk, okay? With all the birds to show you how much we love them. Look at the bird with the Asar gear, showing you that the Asar has risen to be at his highest level of spirit, flying like a bird. All these birds on the earth are gods, and you guys be shooting them and everything. It's just so ridiculous. But you can see the king of the pharaoh, the headgear. You can see the bull, all right? And all this came later, down the line, all right? But what I'm saying is the calf, the golden calf, you can see, is what I meant to say. You can see the Ankh, representing life around her hand. You can see she has the probably the sun and the moon in her control, as being control of the elemental forces. You can see her holding that, okay? And she is definitely a goddess sitting on the pedestal, okay? You can see all that going on, showing her supremeness, all right? This is our stuff that later gets stolen, and she gets turned into the Virgin Mary. Of course, right here, she doesn't have her son with her, but you can see she's got the sun disk with the two snakes representing creation, recreation, meaning the snake can shed its skin and become new. Everything can change, and everything continues to permeate. Even when it appears that it's dead, it's not. This is the same representation of Hormacket, the pharaoh, with the body of a lion, but the hands of a man. See? And then the Coptic bowls, meaning perseverance of spirituality based on the concept of being a man and knowing thyself to be a man. Meaning that what are you going to put in your bowls that you're going to take with you? Okay, the energy essence of life will permeate according to the conceptualization of mind. There's the two serpents, the serpent part energy I was telling you about. The body of the lion, but the hands of a man is the representation that a lion would have fangs and claws, still predacious and a meat eater. Okay, this is strength, zoomorphic representation of the strength of the lion, but the brilliance to control that strength and conduct themselves like a god. Meaning that when someone teach you about gunpowder, the first thing you shouldn't do is go make guns with it and enslave everybody on the planet. Because this wise pharaoh knew about gunpowder for a long ass time, but he never used it for something like that. Okay? So the Europeans didn't invent gunpowder. They got informed about gunpowder and used it in a deadly way to kill everything on the planet. See, what are you going to put in your bowls is what he's saying. What are you going to have your hands full of? See, what would you do when you have the strength? What is this going to do? Is this going to make you be this body? I mean, that you falling for all the carnal enticement that the universe is going to throw at you to see what your soul is made of after all the experiences you done had already. The universe come at you and say, look, if you split this atom, you know what you could do? That's the knowledge God will give you. See what you're going to do with it. See, I know how to split atom, but you don't see me running out here trying to take control of the world, kill everybody. Nope. You know why? Because I was smart enough to know that I should be designing spaceships and flying into outer space and maybe even one day become God. Since I perceived that, it happened. Now, a lot of you guys still can't understand this stuff, even though I'm showing it in your face that I am a God. You want to be stuck on your teachings. This is what I mean by being strong and powerful, but still want to be animal. See, even though I got the star in the sky, the X, with the cosmic forces, everything, some of you guys are so stuck in this animal world that your perception right here is not going to let you be able to see what that is. That the universe is actually coming to talk to you and say, yeah, you need to grow up and stop being an animal and start being a pharaoh, start being a god. What you going to put in your hand, a Bible or a book of metaphysics? That's what it's all about. See, this is who we are. You see, you can see the walls and see the gods on there. See, somebody recreated this who's found the books that showed you how grand. You can see the opening sky so the sun could come in. And we used to have all type of ceremonies here to reenact nature. Standing on top of each other, forming giraffes. I mean, 3 people on top of each other, making the long neck. And then one way up there making the head. This is the energy we were getting from the sun and the magnificent people that we are. That has all been stagnated and destroyed. These great huge columns and all this knowledge of mathematics and the layout of the constellations and the cosmology of how the woman's body works and all this information is on the earth available for all of us, where our children does not have to be meth addicts and crack addicts and prostitutes and all this old shit that is all European induced. All of it. Because that is the limitation of their minds. And the people that can bring you civilizations like this, such as me, Asar, is stagnated. You all can see my brilliance and hear me claim and proclaim all this stuff that's going down to be uniquely and genuinely, originally created and induced, brought into the world existence by us God people. And here we are still on the earth, stagnated, incarcerated, in prison, oppressed, and all this knowledge that's inside of us never to be given to the world, because we have people who want to just deny people from even going in the garbage can on the earth with guns. So that's why I was sent here with this sign, to burn their ass up in those guns. Okay, here we go. These are our beautiful black Nubian sisters with the braids and everything, and instruments, sistrums, and all kinds of stuff that goes back with us all through history to show you the divine people we were already. They were making dresses and all that. Walked around naked, breasts exposed. We weren't no pedophile society or no perverted society where you see a woman breast and want to run it behind the wall and jack off and shit. All that stuff we got going on now. It wasn't like that. Even though I joked about Sister Girl yesterday, you know, what's her name, Ty? That's the first time I ever saw her. I was just having fun. You guys know that when I made that stupid remark. I'm going to have orgasms. Just having fun, that's all. And I didn't mean any disrespect to the sister. I'm just like, you know, having fun with her beautiful self, that's all. You all know that, I hope. But here we go again, showing to the world that it wasn't no grace of God that we had to come into all the bullshit we had to go through with the Europeans so we could become the wise people that we are not. Okay? They made us slaves and drug addicts and derelicts and Christians. As you can see, the great God Assad. Okay? With his honey love. And you can see that they oftentimes had women. This is what made everything fall. To tell you the truth, all these gods started getting involved with women, getting away from their melanin, making those children that grew up and was listening to their mom. She said, "We gonna kill your father, you gonna be the king," and all that old double cross shit. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why this picture is here to show you this lady Pigment as being darker than him is because for a long time the Egyptian family after a while had encapsulated themselves with lighter skinned people. Assad is the father of all people on this earth, meaning this could well be his daughter. Because I tell you guys, he is the father of every person on this earth. This black skin. And that's what this is depicting. Him as being the father of everyone on this earth. As you can see, they had boats with sails, sailboats. Way, way before the white man can ever try to claim that he was the one who brought you that. You can see they had a little place right here to go in and get out of the weather. We showed them all this shit too. Even the oars. You can see it right there. Okay? This is way before any Christopher Columbus did any damn thing. We have been coming back and forth to America with these boats forever. That's why I tell you Spanish people that y'all asses are stupid as hell if you gonna try to let some white man make your ass jump out of this greatness of us black people, us melanated people, to become nothing but a part of his conquistador history of freaking invasions and rape and pillaging. Go ahead, speak that Spanish and try to be as white as you can. Keep on pushing melanin out of your existence. Go ahead, get rid of all this blackness. Go right ahead. Because like I tell you, when this sun starts going into your eyes looking to see what your conceptualization is, if you don't have European bullshit, materialism, and hatred of self, sayonara, motherfucker. That's just the rules. Ain't nobody gonna be on this planet hating God and getting away with it anymore. It's obvious. Hands up in adoration to the sun. This is what made them the great people that they were. You can see the sunlight coming in. They asses got past the sun and started worshiping themselves. And just like what we're doing now when we worship the image of white Jesus. That's what made them fall. They let outsiders come in and influence them. I'll tell you what it was outside pussy. These idiots started getting involved with those beautiful Semitic women. That's what happened. See these women right here? They started being so in love with their albino children that was coming out. They were so divine that they wanted to stop killing them. They started fading away from their melanin when they started favoring those albino children and saying it's wrong to keep killing them. But the universe was constantly putting them to a test. Constantly to let them know when something is abiding, you need to stick to it. And the rules were, this melanin is not to be tampered with. But see, the universe is really smart because it wanted for other races of people. And I shouldn't say races, but different colors, just like the flowers. So the only way to introduce that is because you had to have friction. So we have all been through the friction, and we all know what can happen if we all be stupid and irresponsible for each other. So it's time now to stop all the bullshit and start understanding that we are all one family because we